Everyone has some sort of a closet that's become too small. A closet is no place to live, and I want to support as many people as I can in stepping out of that prison into the fullness of life that's waiting for them on the other side of that closet door. I'm Nancy Shadlock from Centered Life Coaching. Join me in listening to these coming out chronicles. Get curious about your story, and then see what good things are waiting for you on the other side of your closet door.
Hi, welcome back. We did it. We made it to episode 60. I can't quite believe it myself, but here we are. And as you might have caught on by now, every fifth episode is a solo episode. So here I am, recording this solo episode. And I find them a bit harder, I'll be honest. I like interacting with people. It's hard to know exactly what to say when I'm just sitting here by myself. But I would love to have your feedback and your interactions. What kind of things would you like me to talk about in the solo episodes? What kind of things would you find helpful? I'm in the midst of a 5-day challenge with my coach right now called the Work Lighter Challenge. And it's been really funny because I just got back from an intense weekend in Vancouver. I decided to go and celebrate my friend's 40th, and I'm tired and I have to record an episode, and I'm excited about learning more ways of working lighter in my business. And I also got to experience a little bit of working lighter in my business because while I was gone, I still could work even though I was not in my home, and um, all my meetings were on Zoom. We had an amazing get together on Friday last week with those who are interested in joining the Flame Tree Collective. And it was so cool to get all those people in a room, have energy, kind of share between each other, get to start to feel into each other's magic and incredible wisdom and passions and dreams and ways that they want to change the world, and hopefully have some cross pollination of people's ideas of how they want to change the world together and use everyone's skills at the same time. I'm excited. One of the things that people have asked me to share about in one of these solo episodes is like some of these personality profiles that I use in my work, and how that's made a difference in my own life. And so I thought I'd start with the magic quiz that we use. It's from my coach Darla, who's running this 5-day challenge right now, and she created this quiz that's like uncanny in the ways that it helps people understand kind of their magic in the world. And there's all these different ones like vibration magic and recognition magic, like people that can recognize patterns. And um, one of my biggest ones is compassion magic. And since taking that test, I've started to realize, like, oh, I guess that's something unique in the world. I didn't recognize that before so much. And so now I'm kind of leaning into it more and using it in my business a little bit more. In I always was holding space for people, but now I'm holding space with more awareness. And also the big piece for me has been adding in validation, because so many of us have been harmed at the hands of another person at some point in our lives. And the healing also will come through a person. And it's kind of a paradox. Darla talks about this in her book, Shift the Field, that like it's hard because you don't want to have to be dependent on another person. And as a coach, I don't want my clients to be dependent on me. But I also recognize that I hold this really incredible space of validating the struggles that have come up for people, and really helping them realize that, yeah, it makes sense that they felt the way they did, or that they started to live their life in that pattern from from then on when that hurt happened. And truly the only way to change the direction that we're going or heal something really deeply is when it's been validated in the presence of another human being. And so I've been taking that work really intentionally and sitting with people and holding space in that way. And it's been powerful to recognize that that's something that's unique that not everyone offers and not everyone um, knows about or is intentionally doing. And so I've been grateful to learn that about myself. And the other big magic that comes up when I do that test is expansion magic. And I can remember back to the days when I was a youth pastor on the Sunshine Coast of BC. And that church that I was working for at the time had no location that they would, call their own. So they just set up in the gym at a local school for Sundays and packed everything away again. So when I came, they were like, what are we going to do about youth group? And like, where's the youth group going to meet? And they kept throwing out these different ideas, and they all kind of felt sticky and not like a good space to hang out with the youth, or a lot of work to set up or take down. And I just kept telling the board, no, there's going to be something better. There's something better out there. Let's keep waiting. And some of them were getting kind of frustrated with me because I was pushing back. And one of the board members came to me later and was like, I was so in awe of your confidence that there was something better out there, and just kept like waiting and watching. And sure enough, this amazing space opened up that we could just rent as our own and have for all kinds of different evenings of the week and weekends if we needed to do events. And it was like this cool chill space where we could put couches and fridges and food, and like it became this really cool hub for the kids. And it was central. It was like just down the hill from their school, and like it was so neat to just hold out space for that. And so I think that was one of the first times that I recognized that I have this expansion magic. And then doing this quiz again in the last couple of years has helped me be like, right, I do. And now I can see it all over the place where I'm pushing people to think bigger. And any of my clients will tell you, Nancy's always pushing us to expand and grow and challenge ourselves into the next realm. And I bet you most of them would say like it's uncomfortable a bit at some points, but in the end it's worth it. And it's been really, really fun to watch. One of my clients this week just sent me this picture of her business being born, and I'm just like, yes, like this is so cool. And another client sent me a picture of her embarking on a 3-month-long retreat and just like living her best life. This is so incredible. I love seeing people just step past all the things that they thought were limiting and that it couldn't go that way, into the expansiveness of what's possible for them. And I've had to do that with myself over and over and live into the next realm of what's possible. And I've also been leaning into how do I use my compassion magic for myself too, and not just like push it away and give it to others, but really it's only going to be effective if I also can learn how to use it for myself too, and not push myself to expand all the time, but have moments where I can be compassionate too. So it's all a learning curve, it's all growth. The other personality profile that I'm sure you've heard me talk about if you've been around here at all is the gene keys. It's a derivative from human design, and it's been so helpful for me. It's really expanded my spirituality, given it new life in the last couple years, and it's given me a framework for for living my life with more intention, more purpose, and more clarity on what my purpose is so that I can live it more intentionally. And as you might know, this next chapter that I'm offering in the world is called the Flame Tree Collective. And I'm bringing together 12 people over 6 months to get clear on their skills and gifts and passions and purpose in life so that they can use that more in their own business, but also so that we can, as a collective, create something incredible in the world and truly make a nonprofit or a venture or something that enriches all those involved and all kinds of people in the world that need the help of all these people together. And I'm filling that group from the gene keys and using that assessment tool. And so there's 6 different archetypes, and I'm doing testing with all those who are interested so that they can know which archetype they are, and so that we can have 2 people from each of those archetypes so that we have this really balanced team. And so for me, I found out that I'm the type 3 archetype, and that's like, you could say, like the producer of the movie. And my job is to be in touch with all the different pieces and bring them all together in a cohesive place or way so that they can communicate with each other, to then like create something incredible all together. And I don't think I realized that about myself until the last year or so. And as I've learned it, I've started to really lean into it more and more and do it. And I had a Gene Keys reading with someone else at one point, and he said in that reading, like, you are the center point, this hub of relationship with your clients, and they will come to you, they will be attracted to you because they'll feel this like fractal connection, this energetic connection that feels somehow familiar to them. And it's crazy, like since he said that, I've had quite a few clients come to me saying that, like, I just had this sense of like, I have to work with Nancy. And it's been really neat to lean into that and to lean into this picture of me being this hub. And it's hard not to feel like, who am I to be this hub? And like, am I good enough for that? Or am I thinking I'm full of myself if I lean into that? But then at the same time, it feels, I can see it happening, where my whole life I have been a hub of connection with people. Like, I've traveled so much in my life. I've been part of all these different communities. Community's always been really important to me. And I'm now leaning into this gifting of, it's time for me to bring together all these different, seemingly disparate parts of my life, but people that I've met all across my journeys, and into this big adventure of this work that we're going to do in the Flame Tree Collective. And it feels bigger than me. Like I said, it's my job now to bring these people together, but I don't actually feel like it's my job. Like, I feel like in this working lighter, I'm just sitting and being and sharing who I am in the world and this vision that I've been given, and the people are coming, and they're feeling that draw, that attraction, and I don't have to make them come, which feels really light and freeing, and a difference from how I used to work, where it felt like I had to almost like wave my hand in front of people's faces and be like, hi, I'm here, I could help you, or I have this thing for you. And I don't like that energy. I don't like putting that out into the world. And so it's fun to just sit and be grounded, centered as much as I possibly can, although it's not great all the time, and welcome people in. Like, I had this vision recently that my business could be like this merry-go-round or this game of duck duck goose or something, like this playful energy of kids playing, and I could invite people into it and be like, do you want to come and play? And not because people are broken and they need help coming out, or not because people need to be fixed or the world needs to be fixed, but because people are amazing and because people are gifted, and it's fun to have a playground to come and use your gifts in, and to have other people celebrate your gifts and call them out in you, and then have your back if you try out a new gift that you didn't even realize you had and it flops and it does something super awkward, and to have a group of people to celebrate with you and be like, you tried though, that's awesome, and what if you tweak this and this next time and try again, we'll be still here cheering you on. And that feels so big and such a fun energy to be in. And I'm really enjoying the shift that my business has been making in the last little while, of this coming in energy, coming into ourselves, and this inviting people to come and play. And so I hope that if you're listening and you're feeling any of this draw to come and play, that you'll let me know, and let's see how you can be part of this coming and playing. And I hope that in your business, in your vocation, in your work, in your relationships, that you're letting yourself play into what new energy wants to be there for you. Like, don't just let yourself be on autopilot right now. This season of life, we're in 2021 right now. It is the great disruption. There are so many changes happening all around us and in us. And don't let yourself stay stuck in anything that's feeling heavy or not aligned. Like, face into it. Yes, it's scary sometimes, but transformation starts with truth. And so what truth do you need to be speaking into your own life, and saying, okay, I'm ready to look at this, so that you can create a shift, so that you can create a change, so that you can work lighter, so that you can be in more alignment of who you truly are. And then in turn share that light with the world, because the world is hungry for your magic and for what's incredible about you, like what you are here to offer in the world. The world's ready for that and hungry for it. And so I can't wait for you to share more of who you are in the world. And if you want support in recognizing what even that is and what's different than everyone else, what's unique about you, that's my favorite thing in the world to do, is to help people get clear on what's my special and how can I exude it in the world. If that's a question that you're asking, you may not be using those words because those are my special words, but I love helping people get clear on those things, because then the whole world is enriched as we step out and live into our giftings. Everyone wins, and it's really beautiful. So reach out, tell me what you're taking away today, and tell me what you'd like to hear in future solo episodes, so I can ramble in another direction that might feel meaningful for you. I'm grateful that you're here, and I love sharing space with you.
Thanks for listening to the Coming Out Chronicles. If you enjoyed it, give it a like. And if you think it would be helpful for someone else, please share it with them. If you'd like to connect with me, reach out on social. I'd love to support you on the next chapter of your coming out story. Until next time, this is Nancy Shadlock from Centered Life Coaching.